So good morning from Hot Springs, North Carolina. The hostel that I stayed at, the Appalachian Trail, was fantastic. I kind of knew the caretaker from like the internet. We're kind of like internet friends, followed each other on Instagram, so it was really cool hanging out with her. I was the only hiker there for a while until like 9 o'clock. Some guy came like stumbling in and he was a little bit off, but the trailer has like 2 separate bunk rooms, so I had a bunk room to myself and then he had one to himself, and I couldn't hear him like coughing and spitting and moaning and talking to himself like I noticed this morning when I woke up. So I'm thankful for that. As you saw, I got up like before the sun did. I went to the diner and had breakfast. Originally I sat down by myself, but there were 2 people at a booth, one lady from New Hampshire and another guy, and they invited me to sit with them, so it was really nice chatting. I forget her name, but I remember her YouTube channel called Sun-Kissed Steps, and then the guy's name was Jay. So it was nice hanging out with some other hikers, and now I'm just leaving Hot Springs, walking along this river, and I am fueled for a good day. Had my green juice, had a big breakfast, had my Dunks coffee, and yeah, let's get some miles in today. I know there's probably going to be a lot of climbing, so that might make it a little difficult, but I'm going to see how well I can do. I have maybe like 2 days of food on my back, maybe a little more than 2 days of food. I am not quite sure my next stop. I know Irwin, Tennessee was the next place that I resupplied after Hot Springs. But, you know, I'm just out here doing my best and we'll see what happens. That's what I like about the AT, is that like I pack 2 days of food, but there's so many road crossings and so many hostels and so many shuttles that no matter where I end up, I can call someone and I can resupply pretty easily. So that's just my plan. I don't know too much ahead. I know there's a hostel called Nature's Inn Hostel that I haven't stayed at that I think would be cool to experience. Also, if you have been on this channel since 2020, this is where I stopped my 2020 Thru-Hike and went home. I think that was like March 20th, 2020. So everything before this point right here, I had done already twice before. But everything after this point, I've only done once. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference. I think I remember the trail pretty well, just from like the amount of videos I've taken and the amount of times I just like talk about the AT on my YouTube channel. I think I have a good grasp on what's ahead. I'm about to do something which I think is called Lover's Leap. So I'm about to climb this mountain behind me. So I'll see you later. Switchback. Switchback, switchback. Normally I wouldn't care about switchbacks, it's just when you're trying to find a spot to go to the bathroom, it could be a little tough. Thought maybe while I'm hiking I could do something in my videos where I screenshot questions that you guys comment and answer them real quick. So here's a couple questions I got the last day or so. First one, what climb is harder, Jacob's Ladder or Gale Head to South Twin in the White Mountains? Definitely South Twin in the White Mountains. I think it's much more harder. Jacob's Ladder is a nice easy climb. The one in the Whites, you're kind of hopping from rock to rock and you gotta take a lot of big steps up. So definitely that. What water filter am I using? I'm using the Katadyn Be Free water filter with a 1 liter bag, just the one that comes with it. And then what is my sleeping pad rated? It is the Neo Air X-Therm, which is a winter sleeping pad, and it's rated a 6.9 R value, so it's really warm. Also, if you guys ever have questions about my gear, it's always linked in the description of this video, so you can refer to that too if you have questions, because I might not be able to get back to you out here. So maybe I'll do this once a day, screenshot a couple questions and then answer them. So feel free to leave a comment. So I realized that a while ago in a vlog I mentioned I was listening to a book and I was excited to tell you about it, and then I never did. So that book was Where You'll Find Me, I believe, by Ty Gagne, and it's a story about a lady who hiked in the White Mountains and ended up dying, and it tells the whole story about like her experience because she was a very experienced hiker, and it talked about her plan, how she died, and kind of like the lessons learned from it. And it's really interesting for me to listen to those types of books. I know it's kind of scary listening to a book about a hiker dying while I'm on the Appalachian Trail, but I really enjoy those stories and I feel like there's so many lessons to be learned. So I listen to those to hopefully make me a better hiker. So the biggest thing that she did wrong was she didn't check the forecast. It was like a record-breaking cold day and she was hiking above tree line in the White Mountains. So there's a lot of different lessons to learn and I really enjoyed that. When I was in Hot Springs, I actually downloaded Wild, which is a very popular like PCT related book. I actually have the book at home and I think I've read like the first couple chapters and then I just kind of forgot about it. But I'm thinking I'm going to start that book today. So I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop of what I'm listening to because I know a lot of the times you probably see my blue earbuds in my ear. Haven't listened to music, it's mostly just books and podcasts. Also, I know these Pit Viper sunglasses look absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if I'm going to wear them the whole time, but I think they're fun for now. Alright, it's the first water filter stop of the day. I drank a lot of water with my breakfast, and then I packed out a Gatorade, and then I drank like a liter of water on the trail, but I really want to stay super hydrated today because it is hot and sunny, and it might honestly be the hottest day that I've hiked in. And I'm probably going to do a big day and sweat a lot, so, you know, need a lot of water. So 2 hikers today have mentioned the Cookie Lady, which I feel like I've heard of before but never really knew like where the Cookie Lady was or what the Cookie Lady does. But I was just talking to another hiker and I think it's coming up soon and you can get a cookie and some water and chat with her. So yeah, I'm excited to see what that's all about. I feel like that's a big part of the AT or like a tradition that I haven't experienced yet, so I'm excited for something new on trail. Alright, I got a cookie from the Southern Cookie Lady. This is so nice. Cookie, water, and I got rid of all my trash. Perfect. Right after the Cookie Lady, there's a really big climb and it's hot. I feel like it's hot enough that I don't even have to be walking and I'd still probably be sweating from the heat. I've done 17 miles today. It's 4 o'clock and I believe there's a shelter in just over 2.5 miles and that's probably where I'm going to end up for the night. So it's a big day, but it honestly doesn't feel like it just because 4 o'clock is not that late. But I wouldn't want to push myself that much more than 20 miles. I'm just pacing up this mountain very slowly. There's probably like 1,000 feet of elevation gain between me and the shelter. I ran out of snacks in my fanny pack, so I have to go in my bag and find one last snack to help power me through the rest of this climb. A couple of these, a couple of these, a couple of these, maybe these. So I set up camp already. I already had dinner. I had a backpacking meal from Peak Refuel, which was over 1,000 calories. And then I had a whole chocolate bar and then Gushers. Then I snacked on like some beef jerky. So I had a lot for dinner. And I think that's good because I don't think I snacked as much as I usually do today. So that's all done. I just got to set up the inside of my tent and do this sleeping bag thing. And then just hang out. It's 6:44, which actually seems really early. I think today ended up being like 19.9 miles or something. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sleep well. It took me a while to find like a flat spot near the shelter for my tent, but I think it's pretty fine. I mean, it's kind of like rough underneath with like rocks and roots, but hopefully once I'm on top of my sleeping pad, I won't notice. And hopefully my sleeping pad doesn't like get poked and like rupture, but I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I just gotta set everything up while I'm in here.